from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game...
in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field and quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Allow me a second here to gush, because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
And they'll begin by running the option. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Decided to keep it that time on the option. Got out left, but the defense was right there.
And you know what happened on that play, right? Because the defense, as you said, not letting him get upfield. No place for him to ever duck his shoulders and turn upfield and gain yardage. Had to keep moving out laterally. Nice play by the defenders.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. 14 carries, 104 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
The Ravens send their punter out now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Now Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This is Fournette.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Well, the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Jackson being chased. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for that 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Yeah, we dominate today.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. These two teams all tied after one. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30.
Oh, yeah, baby, all day, all day.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And his kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. Also let you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Fournette. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. On the move to his left. He'll try and run it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. What more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but, if you wanted proof of his straight line speed, look no further.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's caught. Ravens touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Get down near the goal line. This is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Good running from Barkley there on first down as he'll get forward for about 6 yards. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Barkley.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Wait for this.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
That's the way to get it going, boy.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. From the 38, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. As the offense takes the field, we zero in on Lamar Jackson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Here I come! Here I come!
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? Guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
From the gun, Jackson steps away. He's going to take off with it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is out of bounds here. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively, they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. This is Barkley. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second and 6. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football but now face 2nd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got it. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 30 on second down, Jackson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's third down. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, it's Fournette. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They'll come out in the pistol. To throw is Jackson. Operating from the gun toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And he will
take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 4th touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
That's not good enough, man.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Kentrell Brice picks it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Fournette, a first down carry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Able to shake him off. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead. And
now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. His throw incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Good job.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind out the first down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth quarter lead. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this to Lazard. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
What's the deal, y'all?
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Stepping up, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
That's the way to get him going, boy.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
when you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now left side on the swing pass. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And that is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Pulled in at the 24. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
First down, Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Leonard Fournette. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few...
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Now Leonard Fournette. Just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll go to Barkley again. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Are you serious?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. And he can't get it from the way. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Again, it's Fournette. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So now the Steelers down by a field goal, and time a huge factor. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here, as they've got it 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.